It is Friday, March the 1st, and I'm going to give you a quick tour of our garden. The idea here is to film a video once a month to show the garden in its various stages and be able to go back, do a playlist just for this, and be able to go back and see how it changes over the course of the year. So let's get to that. It's ridiculously wet here. It's been raining all day. Who am I kidding? It's been raining for a few months. Got some new chickens in today. These are speckled Sussex, which is a breed from England that I think almost went extinct here, and it was brought back in the 70s, 1970s, I think. But they're kind of pretty. And they're already laying. I brought them in to replace the ones that the raccoons got. We still have all of our chicks alive, and we'll be adding them to the flock later. So here's my garden. Currently I only have 3 beds. I've got the materials to build 7 more beds, and hopefully I'm going to get those done soon. Being the 1st of March, we need to get stuff in the ground over I don't know when our first thing goes outside, probably in about 4 weeks, maybe 6 weeks, but we'll see. Each of these beds is 4 foot by 8 foot. This bed here has strawberries in it from last year. Last year was the first year we had them. I planted, I forget, it was either 5 or 6 plants. I let them put out runners everywhere. They didn't produce any fruit. Hopefully they will this year. You can see here that a couple of them are starting to break the surface again. Problem that I've had here is that the chickens can get into this bed, and they do tear it up. So what I'm intending to do is put a interior fence all the way around this garden, but I need to get the rest of the garden beds in before I dig the posts and get that started. This is our garlic bed. You may have seen the video where we planted the garlic back in, I believe it was November. Seems to be doing really well. Probably 4 inches out of the ground at this point. So that's that entire bed. I'm going to come in here and plant in some flowers probably in between these garlic, just to get a little bit more use out of the bed. We'll do some nasturtiums or marigolds, something that helps keep some of the unwanted insects out of the garden. There's some chicken damage. Hopefully we have garlic by the time I get the fence built and to keep these chickens out of the garden. This bed here is a leftover from last year. Some tomato plants, some squash and zucchini. I've got to get this all cleaned out. But currently that is the state of the garden. 3 sad little boxes. So hopefully you will see a huge change between video 1 and video 2, which will be at the beginning of April. I don't know if you can see it very well here, but what we did was pick up a lot of free cardboard. People who move generally give their boxes up for free. They advertise on Craigslist and on Facebook. So we went and picked all this cardboard up at no cost, put it down in a double layer, and it's been really good. Haven't had any weeds or grass or anything growing up out of these. It's also underneath of these beds. eventually it'll decompose and the plants will be able to grow down through there, and anything that would have grown up should hopefully be killed off from being buried in dark for that long. The cardboard also, as it decomposes, my understanding is that it brings up worms. You can see here where the chickens have already started to dig through, so there's probably some sort of bugs underneath of there. I'm gonna bring you over to one other section. All right, so this is, I guess, our potting table. I picked this table up for free. The majority of these pots were also free. In fact, these are the only ones that I paid for. They came from a dollar store. They were $1 a piece. Got a dozen of those. All of this dirt down here isn't anything I would normally buy. It's potting soil. Miracle Grow and some other brand. Again, these were all free, so I didn't pay for any of those. This is our small little greenhouse. It's 4 foot by 7 foot, I think. Not terribly large, but it does get the job done. We'll be hardening off some plants in there. We have plants started inside. I've got this planter here that I picked up for $20. Little raised planter. It's probably 2.5 feet by 6 feet, maybe 3 feet by 6 feet. I got to get some more soil in here, but we had lettuce growing in here last year, not to any great success. Didn't really have great success with anything last year, with the exception of our tomatoes. They did very well, but we planted everything late, well past, probably 2 months past when they should have been planted. So I think we'll do a lot better this year. So this section of the garden was my least favorite part of the yard. It's the only part of the yard that grows grass. So what I've done is I've come in here with hay bales, and I've placed hay all over this area to do Ruth Stout method. My intention is to do potatoes here underneath of all this hay. This section over here where you see all the leaves, our property goes out a little bit past that last fence post, but I plan on mounding up some compost over here and doing pumpkin. And I'm considering possibly trying to put some corn in over here. Problem is our property has so many large trees. Can't see it now obviously because there's no leaves, but once the leaves grow up on these things we get so little sunlight that it's going to be difficult to grow too terribly much of anything. But we're going to give it a go. Alright, so that is the tour for March the 1st. I'll come back and do this around the beginning of April, and like I said, hopefully there will be a considerable difference in what you're seeing here. But we just wanted to bring you along, let you see how much we're hoping to change this place over the course of the next few months. I'm Andy.
I'm Tia.
Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to subscribe.
And hit the bell icon to subscribe so that you get notifications when we post new videos.
And don't forget the thumbs up.
Thanks.
Thank you.